Okay, it looks like samcv has started. Ix also started, but Ix has walls are shifting.
Amateur.
And yes, they are on the same seed.
Beautiful. I better start the timer. Whoops.
They're both just making their way through the mines. Sam elected not to rob a shop, which is probably the right choice because there was nothing particularly valuable in there. Ix is immediately playing more safely, grabbing a damsel and spending time to look for the Ujat. Whereas samcv is staying low percent and just running through the levels.
That's something I often forget, is that the chest, even though it always spawns on the path, can be anywhere in that top layer.
Yes.
So it's always worth checking.
Actually, I didn't know that either. I knew it had to be along the path, but I didn't know it could also be in the top layer.
It's kind of the same as shops. I think the whole top layer is always considered a part of the path. Or something like that.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I would totally believe that because all of the exceptions I've seen.
See, Ix is going for some sort of control change strats.
Ooh,
Questionable
interesting.
in a race setting.
Well, samcv plays with one-handed controls, so Ix might be swapping out his controls to try and emulate that. I don't know. samcv has found the Ujat Eye. Or has found the chest at least, but not the key. And Ix is carrying a camera.
Very interesting.
Hmm.
I'll take a camera to hell, but that's about it. I think I like the whip more than the camera for most other situations.
Yes. Haunted Castle, it's fairly useful as well, but 9 times out of 10, I'll just take the whip. samcv did not manage to find the key and is instead going into the jungle. Ix also skips the Ujat.
That is
so I wonder if the key is inaccessible.
Well, Sam's going to get another shot.
This is an unfortunate seed. So Ix is hoping that there will be a visible BM. I'll have to be careful not to comment on whether or not he finds a BM, though.
I'm going to put this out there right now, given that this is a big experiment anyway. If we see the BM and they don't, I'm going to tell them where it is.
Okay, that's fair enough.
In the interest of the 25-minute time limit.
That's true.
I assume they're both listening to this. I've been encouraging it, so...
Yeah, okay, that's fair. It's as long as we're not, like, too super specific. Like, there's a BM in the upper right corner of 2-3 that you only notice if you go there. I mean, that could tip one of the runners off a little, but
that's
I think
true.
It should be fun.
Kenny, welcome. You gonna race with us today, Kenny? Ooh, I missed what was in that shop. What did Sam get? It doesn't look like he got much.
Yes, it was a roulette shop with spring boots.
So it looks like he's doing it just to get the key? Is that right?
Speaking of getting... Oh, there it is. It appears that this key is entirely inaccessible with the number of bombs present on this seed.
Kenenby is telling us that he saw it to the right, down and right of the spiders.
Yes, the key is there. I see the key, but I don't think you can get to it with fewer than 4 bombs.
That is awkward.
Which is most unfortunate.
Well, these are some high-tier runners. They can
yes.
follow shit seed.
samcv is resetting because he used a bomb earlier in the mines, so he is aware that all 4 bombs are necessary. And Ix had elected to rob the 1-2 shop, so he now has a couple passives, including, notably, the climbing gloves, which help him to navigate the levels a little bit easier, but can make play more difficult.
Yeah, in a seed without a jetpack, I'm definitely a fan of the climbing gloves, at least for safety.
As am I. I know Ix does dislike them.
I think they get a bad rap.
Yeah. I would never take them on a speed run. But in any other situation, I do admittedly like them. Ix has managed to obtain the key.
Alright, he has one
So
bomb
for the
left.
Yeah. And you only need to get the Ujat once, so even if the BM takes a couple of bombs to get to, if you know where it is, you can have 4 bombs the second time around.
That's a good point.
And
I mean, hopefully
one
it doesn't take so long that they run out of time, but yeah, that's...
Yeah. And that's one advantage that you get in a seeded race that you wouldn't get otherwise in a normal run. samcv is doing some fancy bomb cooking strats. And it looks like it will just be enough for him to get to the key with perfectly tucked bombs. Yes, and both runners have the Ujat. Ix has managed to find the black market with 1 bomb.
Looks like Sam might need to find one. He's
yeah, this is
heading for the jungle with no bombs.
It's
That should be
visible.
interesting.
It's visible too. It is a visible BM. It's in the top left corner of 2-1.
Yep, Sam's got it. Has to restart.
And
Oh boy.
Yeah, if Ix is listening, I only said that after Sam found it. Luckily, it looks like Ix finds some items in the BM that will help him out in the run.
Yeah, the BM looks totally reasonable.
Mhm.
So I'd say Ix has a pretty outstanding lead here.
Yeah, it all depends on consistent... Oh,
Well, hello.
so Ix definitely made a good choice earlier with robbing the early shops, because that allows him to obtain an item that he otherwise would not have been able to get, I suppose is the best way to put it.
Ooh, that's a nice emote, Kenny. I like that.
Ooh, that is nice. Oh yeah, so somebody in Ix's chat was asking if there is a prize for winning the race. There is not, aside from bragging rights. These are all just casually organized races.
That is correct.
That being-
Yeah, this isn't a tournament or anything like that. Every race is just its own little bit of fun.
You get a nice dangly onk next to your name if you win.
That's
So I
true.
guess that's an incentive.
On your next race, you will get a little unk. Looks like Kirby has joined us. I'm actually going to force her into the next race, because she did a lot of commentating for me last time and didn't get to race.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully this works and doesn't cause everything to crash.
Should be good. Ix is having some minor struggles with due to the difficulty of the level and an extraordinarily aggressive exit shopkeeper. But with the help of a large number of bombs, he does manage to escape. So it appears as if the seed is low on bombs early in the game, but has a decent number.
Yeah, once you get through that finding the BM shenanigans, it looks okay.
Mhm.
But, I mean, we haven't seen the temple yet, so it could all change.
I think, samcv is stuck in a little bit of a difficult exit on 2-3, but he does manage to through some nice plays.
Ooh, that was awkward.
I think Ix still has definitely the upper hand here, not only because of the time advantage, but because of the jetpack that he has managed to acquire. Oh, what on earth? samcv took a very strange death on 2-1.
Ooh, we just saw that, yeah. He was definitely not standing on the platform anymore.
No, it looked like he stomped on the UFO. What I'm guessing is he had grabbed onto the ledge right before
Yeah, like
the
one
UFO
frame
turnaround.
frame
Yeah,
of
that
ledge
that was such a strange death, though. And that's really unfortunate. Ix, meanwhile, is into the temple and is looking around for Anubis.
He's playing very conservatively, I like it. Good race strategy.
Ix had, I guess, used an extra bomb when he didn't necessarily have to, because there was a... Ooh! Scary thwomps. There was a push block that landed on top of a thwomp. Oh no! Ix does succumb to the thwomps.
They always get
Which
you
is
in the
unfortunate.
end.
I think...
So at this point, I think the time limit is going to get pretty tough. Even knowing
Yes.
half the seed, 15 minutes RTA is not a given.
No, it's certainly not. I think at this point, Ix still has an advantage for two main reasons. There are some nasty thwomps on 4-1 that are just off-screen, and I'd be interested to see whether or not samcv knows to look out for those. And also, Ix knows that robbing the early shop is a good, which samcv didn't take even the second time. So Ix is going to be able to get a jet in samcv. So we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, having a jetpack is pretty huge advantage, but we'll see what happens. I mean, yeah, we're about halfway on the time limit. I didn't realize Sam was wearing a cape, and I saw him pick one up in his hands, and I got very confused for a second.
Oh, yeah. The good old cape pickup.
I believe you're one of the few runners who's killed Yama with a cape, GC?
Yes.
Even I haven't done that one yet.
It's so easy. There are just vampires on Yama, so you can get capes in the level. I think cape. I always use cape run as like my absolute last case when like I've tried a max shield run and that messes up, and so I try a landmine and that also. And then the hired help dies, so I can't do an amulet run, and so I just kill Yama with a cape.
That's what I love about memes. Run really
Yeah.
dead. There's always something else you can do.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's GC's mic, DKNB. It's a little bit spotty, but I think overall we can hear him okay.
I will keep an eye on that.
Yeah, it was actually, yeah, it seems like it's gotten a little bit worse than when you first came on, but it's not too bad. Alright, so Sam has got a new PB for this seed. He's past that little bit where he died before.
That is good. Hopefully he'll be able to make it all the way to the Moai.
There's a lot of awkward shoppy exits on this seed, or at least it looks
There
like
really
it.
are.
Yeah.
Oh no! Ix's damsel is killed. So he...
That was awkward.
Yeah.
Looks like there might
He'll still be able
enough-
to get a jetpack.
Yeah, enough other bodies around.
Yeah. He takes 1 or 2 hits on the way, but I think, especially since the Moai level is in just... He only has to survive for a little bit. I think a jetpack is definitely going to be the right call here. And yes, he gets it there, leaving a crooked cape.
Look at that cape. How does that happen? I thought that was because of ropes.
Yes, so if you... Oh no. Sam is going through some tricky levels there and saving bombs. So what happens is if you grab onto a rope while the rope is kind of... He did survive. He looked down for those thwomps. So that is a good call for Sam. Yes, so crooked cape. The same thing can happen with a jetpack and presumably Vlad's cape. But if you jump on a rope while the rope is swaying in the air, your jetpack / cape will become tilted for that little bit while the rope is swaying. And if you jump off of the rope while the rope is still swaying, while your cape is tilted, then it'll just stay tilted.
Okay. Was there a rope in the spot where Ix was on that altar? I didn't think there was.
It was probably a vine. He probably grabbed onto a vine earlier, and it stayed tilted from that.
Sam is into 4-2.
That is exciting.
That was a pretty rough Pretty rough fall.
Yeah, it was. He does manage to survive into the City of Gold, though. I wouldn't rule out a completion yet. I think that's definitely within the limitations of the time.
Yeah, they're back to where they were a lot quicker than I thought. That's good. I wasn't sure about this 25-minute limit. So far it seems reasonable, because this seed hasn't been super friendly. But
yeah,
these are
definitely.
also pretty top-tier runners, so...
samcv is definitely playing conservatively with his bombs, whereas Ix is using many of them.
That's definitely one thing I've noticed about Ix's playstyle. He's not afraid to use resources.
Yes, definitely.
Which I think on this seed is okay. There seems to be quite a lot of resources.
Yeah, Ix's playstyle is very... It's generally safe play a lot of the times, which is well suited for runs that he is good at, such as Pacifist, which makes a lot of sense.
True.
But it doesn't necessarily help him out in runs where risks are very much necessary, such as low percent. So that kind of explains the imbalance in the rankings between Ix and Sam, where samcv has faster low percent times. Low percent and max slow are the two main categories that he has Ix's time beat. Whereas Ix is more completion interested, I suppose. And samcv does have a successful Olmec fight, and so he is into hell at the moment. Let's take a look at his health.
Nasty little spawns on the way out, but...
Yeah, he does make it. And yes, he is going for Vlad's amulet, which I think is definitely the right call in a race.
Yeah,
if you have bombs.
Still 7 minutes on the clock, I think that's perfectly reasonable. Although,
And especially since...
Ix is gaining ground.
Ix definitely is. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. And that jetpack will also allow him to make up a significant amount of time in these hell levels.
Oh, this 5-1 doesn't look very nice.
It does not.
It's a good thing they both have plenty of bombs.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no. samcv takes a very rough death on the 5-1 exit.
Whoa, look at that exit. My goodness. That is rough.
That was not something you ever want to see on a run.
Alright, so I think it's fair to say now that Sam will not finish.
Yes, unfortunately.
I mean, prove me wrong, Sam. By all means. But that's going to be pretty rough.
I mean, Hell World record is what, 329?
But what's that RTA? That's the thing.
Yeah, it's like 5-6 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't have the timer up, so I'm not sure how much is left. Ix is approaching the exit the same direction that Sam's... And did Ix take the amulet? It doesn't look...
He did not.
Oh, that's a very surprising choice, to be honest. I would have assumed
He
that
is,
Ix would have immediately taken the amulet.
spamming his bombs.
Mm-hmm.
Still giving
Which
him
is
trouble. It's such a rough exit. Blue guy, spike ball, Shoppy. Hey Skylark, yeah, these are all seeded races. So if they die, they have to attempt the same seed again. Which can be frustrating, now that I've had a bit of experience with it.
I'm sorry about that. I had to step away for a second.
That's all right.
So it looks like
5 minutes left here.
Definitely enough time for a comfortable safe finish for Ix.
For sure.
samcv, unfortunately, there's not a teleporter in this seed, so there's no
He is moving
last
pretty fast.
ditch. Oh, he definitely is. Oh no. A Shoppy bullet gets the better of him in the black market. That's honestly the most frustrating glitch that I've encountered, is shopkeepers tanking bullet. Because it's unpredictable and it just straight up ends your run if it happens. And
So just a quick reminder, if a runner wants to forfeit the race, that's totally fine, but it doesn't mean that the other runner wins. You have to actually win yourself to get a win in these races. So if you see your opponent forfeit, don't just immediately think you can stop. You do have to keep going.
that's a good point. That's good to know.
So all the runners keep that in mind. Obviously, if both runners forfeit, then the race will end.
Yeah. Who's next in line if both... Well,
So
actually, I
next
guess
up-
if both runners forfeit.
Next up, we have Kirby versus Yandy.
Well, that should be an exciting race.
Definitely. Yandy, both Yandy and Kirby haven't raced here before.
Mm-hmm. This will be exciting. Ix is using the safe Olmec kill.
Safe Yama kill.
So, yes, my bad. Seems to be hesitating and doing some sort of dance on the rope. But he does, and exits Yama. So congratulations, Ix.
GG.
That was a well-played run.
Good job on a rough seed. Just make sure you hit dot. Ix was going to type dot F.